lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty at mahonhardware.com. M&M Operation Boofer.
So fast pay on you an easy way to pay. So fast pay. So fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay. So fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
It's real, it's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Welcome back, folks. Robert, and I knew exactly where we left off from. We were talking about the band at McDonald College.
Yes, that famous band. What was the name of the band, Jester? Well,
I don't think they had a more than maybe McDonald College
school band.
School band.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But
you reached the point where she started having shows outside.
Yes, and so we traveled with the band. So the package would have been live music, which is a thing that you don't see in school nowadays. I don't know any school that has a band. No, the school didn't own the instruments, but we had the opportunity to use instruments from Magnificent Six. That was Franklin Mitchell, Chessie. And I remember Wega used to be playing bass for the band, the Chessie band that in those days. Yeah. And Wega used to be offering guidance to the school band. And Wega said, boy, listen, all they playing better than us. I remember one time Wega listened to the band and he said, boy, they playing better than us. Because in those
Bobbler used to be part of that band.
Bobbler used to be playing keyboards.
Yes, Bobbler.
Right? So you had Bobbler and keyboard, you had Manji and that is Scuttle.
Yeah.
Scuttle used to be on rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
First guitar. You had Woody. Woody used to be playing first guitar. What rhythm, sorry. Manji shared that first and second guitar combination. But then you had Jessman. Jessman's a wicked bass man.
Yeah, Jessman could have handled that bass really nice.
Yeah, and Bobbler and keyboard, and then you had Cressy and sometimes same Scuttle too used to play drums. So imagine we even had 2 drummers in them fellas in the change. And then you had the Mullins sisters used to be singing. Them had a beauty. Both of them could have sing.
Yeah.
Right, so the band was you could have hired the band, and there were times we were offered hires,
Yeah.
Whereas a school band we couldn't take it. You're offered hires when people hear the band in show. They want to book them for night activities and so. So the offering was the band was an attraction. Then you had the culture side of thing where you had the singing or the folk songs and so. And she just led a wonderful choir. She just got people to really sing their hearts out. And then she had dances inside of that. So it was quite a package. And not to mention, they had the culture, the drama.
The drama.
Yeah. So that was the category where I was. Speaking of Ryan Parriott, we should get Ryan on the phone, boy. Yeah. We should we can't have a program with that and don't
right.
Yeah. So you had Longest, who was and you notice everybody's nickname, because in those days in school, everybody my nickname longest was Edmond Mac. Then you had Edmond, Ryan, myself. We were in the drama category, and according to people, we bad as Yaz. Not us alone. There were other persons involved. but we were probably kind of the foremost guys in the drama section. That drama group, that organization, the culture group was so diverse in its offering, and that every area, whether it was the music, the singing, the dance, or the drama, there was excellence.
Yeah. Just hold that there, Robert. I just want to ask the caller that call on the WhatsApp if she can call back and say if she's, hearing us now on the live. She's seeing us and hearing us on the live, Robert. Yeah. We may continue, Robert.
Yo, hold on a second. I tried to reach out to Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan Pariag. I tell people, Ryan Pariag and Edmond Mark, these two guys, boy, these guys used to have people laughing, taking grung, man.
Yeah, they were
just
good.
natural talent,
They were good. They were good.
They were really, really, really good. But Robert, also, I remember a year that the cultural group went to St. Vincent.
Yes.
Do you remember exactly what it was? Sometime in the 80s for sure.
In the 80s.
I can't remember if it was 85, 86, somewhere thereabout.
Put it this way, I do remember, and no, let me just lead up to that. When I left McDonald College, I left in 82. I was still associated with the group, although I was not a student then.
Yeah.
Because I started to work, and the only reason why I couldn't go to St. Vincent's is because I wasn't in the group. Well, not wasn't in the group. I was still in the group, but I couldn't get the time off from work.
Because
Otherwise, I would have gone to St. Vincent as well. My sister went, and she came back and said they had a ball of a time.
Which one of your sisters?
Sharon was in the group. Sharon
okay.
and Jessman used to do a dance together, which was very erotic. I used to kind of figure. I was so happy with Miss King on that one. But everybody had liked it, But I used to kind of feel, I find she a little too close to him in this particular move. But when she came back with that song, Vinci Massa One, because that was the popular song up there. It was an August trip they went to, July or August, somewhere there. And whatever time it was, because St. Vincent Mass, I don't think it's the same. It's July.
It's July,
right?
July.
So it was July they went, and it was the carnival time, and she came back with that song. She sang that song. She played that song in the house. In those days it was cassette. It probably stretched.
But the other popular song up there at that time was Poster, Go Right Up in There, because
They came back
to
to and even did that was
they had some print on the back of the jersey, Go Right Up in There. And what I understand about that Poster song, Go Right Up in There, when it first came out, it did not win the Rogemont GA. It's the following year it won, where the group was up there at that time.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the history about this Poster song. Yeah.
So that was the group in terms of the diversity of talents and the diversity of the offering, and in every category that we mentioned, there was excellence. The group was good. So it speaks to her and her diverse talent herself, because remember she was the leader, the ultimate leader. We didn't have this person come and help with the music, and this person helped me with this, and this person helped me with that. She was the nucleus of this whole thing.
I guess that's where Dooms would have really learned from after, because after she moved on, I remember Dooms, because actually what ended up happening is that when Francesca moved on, Eagles, Super Strikers, we took up the mantle of that, and it was easy for it to get through because quite a lot of our members was part of that McDonald College.
Right, so you piggyback on that.
Yeah. So that was really a thing. But not just that, Robert. I know back then McDonald College graduation exercise used to be somewhat boring. But when Francesca King came on the scene, she was the one that had the responsibility of dealing with the graduation march and everything else. And she, boy, I tell you, this lady is more than a woman, I keep saying that. She put a whole different color on this thing, man. She was that good.
She was iconic.
Yeah.
That's probably the best description. She was iconic. because she was talented. She wasn't afraid to push boundaries and try new things. And she was bold and brave, bold and brave. No, I remember going down to Guelph, right? Now guess what? Dexter Moja, aka Slow, right? Slow probably driving since he had 3 years old, right? And not driving a little car, driving a big wooden buses.
Very record, eh?
Oh yes. Oh, well, you heard him slow, right? But he was very, very, well, as you say, a good driver.
Yeah.
And I remember going down to Guelph with Slow when Francesca organized for us to go down to do that show in Guelph. We were with Slow going to school. He must have been about 16 or 17, right? But he had his license.
Yeah.
In those days, I guess if you had connections, you gain a license early.
Yeah.
So Slow had his license when he come to school. We go down with that big bus with Slow. Slow thin like a Capital One. Small. But Slow could have had, imagine, could his bus load of children and the band and the children, everything, and some supporters. One load of people in that bus, and Slow handle that bus going and coming as though it's passing a rubber band on your finger. We had in every department. We had our own driver, we had our own boss. It was a really, really a period when there was a heightened awareness of culture, especially at that particular school, and all that went around with everything just fit like a puzzle.
Yeah, but remember back then, as the students used to come to school with a car. I remember Hanif used to become, I think, also Trevor Compton.
Trevor coming. You had the Shadell and them used to come down. Well, they used to come in Safanwa, but after that time, they bought a car for Sean. The Chedi, yes.
Yeah.
Then you also had Daniel Dong. So in that era, it's amazing, in that era, school children coming to school with a car. And when you come with your car, it's bosses.
Of course.
Oh, gosh. But these are just wonderful days.
Yeah.
They're just wonderful days. And Francesca really, she just led well. And she just brought a level of awareness to the culture and the drama and so in the school that probably it was unprecedented. And I don't know that there has been, certainly in McDonald College, any other teacher or any other cultural group to match the successes of that group in the 80s.
That's true, Robert.
Yeah.
That is quite true. And I don't think I really come across any teacher that that person that would come to surpass Francesca when it comes to touching students like of the cultural aspect, the whole rounded kind of way, or putting everything together with the education, the culture and everything, and how she impacted and really touched the lives of so many students that passed through the walls of McDonald College. You really have to bring that person come, honestly. Yeah.
Gotta make that person. I was telling you earlier on before we took the break about the fact that she always had a joke, and she had this, this hearty laugh and things. So when she laughed, she really laughed, So she came down with this joke about her nephew Ron. I remember I said Ron migrated to the US and lived there for quite a while, but he's here now on vacation. And Ron now is Ron as he was then. He's still very bubbly and full of jokes and very charismatic. So the children, that is Ron and his brother and sister, they live together with Francesca in the house in Mali. But every Sunday they go into the evangelical church in La Fortune. Right? Nia, who was Ron's bigger sister, she was in the Bible class, and they got homework. So one of the questions was, why do God want us to be in heaven? So Nia home doing her homework, if you call it that, and that question baffled that. So she butt in heads. Why does God want us in heaven? So she came and she asked the aunt. Now the aunt said she was like Francesca. She's sitting on the veranda. Auntie Francesca, I can't answer that question. Why does God want us in heaven? Her aunt come out in the room. Girl, that's a stupid girl. He want company. Listen, and Ron was about 10 years at that time. You know what I mean? Ron's answer was that God want company. Yeah. And she was besides herself with laughter. She found that to be so hilarious. And I too, I mean, every time I think of it, I laugh at that joke. Just to think that the reasoning of that 10-year-old who feels that the reason why God wants us to be in heaven is because he wants company.
I think
Probably so.
that's a good idea. That's a good answer, you know, Robert. Okay, folks, the number 442-0175. That's the number you can call to join in and say something that you probably would have known of Francesca. You know, a guy was giving me a joke yesterday what she told somebody, a student, you know, he always liked to talk in the class, you know. I think that student, his name is Glenn Fletcher. He always talking and talking. And Francesca told him, Glenn, you always talking, all advertising Colgate.
I told you she had.
So I understand his friends and then giving West for the whole time. They were real kicks on him.
No, she had, I tell you, she had a wicked tongue.
Yeah.
She could have buff you in and simple, she'll buff in you, but it was all in good, yeah, it's not anything that you held against her.
Yeah.
Right?
I everything about Francesca was just, even though I remember how she used to walk. She had a unique kind of walk that is just it's so attractive just to watch Francesca walk.
Almost like she glided.
Yes. You know,
yes.
I remember so much about Miss Gina.
And she was pretty too. Let's not discount that she was pretty as well.
She was a pretty lady, man.
Yeah, she was pretty. Yes,
pretty lady. Yeah. But Robert, Francesca as a social person, because, well, of course, the culture would actually, it hinges on the social being of her, because I remember when she used to live in that house not far from the studio here, and where Hilma and them used to be staying. In fact, I understand Hilma and her mom died. May her soul rest in peace.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And Francesca used to have quite a number of students, and most of boys. I realized she favored and fancied boys most, because she always used to say she don't have time with them little women. You know? So people like Wayne John and Streets and I2, Cook, Smallhead, all these guys and them, they used to be in the foot of us. Yeah. Francesca, man.
They gravitated to her, and that house was a house that was always bubbling with activity. So the boys would be hanging out, they'd be cooking, right? But interestingly, they were not just liming, because you can't be around her and your work is not up to date, and so too.
That is
right. So while there was this apparently, right, nonchalant way of doing things, and you're always hanging and you're liming and so, but it was not just that. It wasn't just what it appeared. Because yes, the food cook, and yes, there was a lot of talking, and yes, there was a lot of laughter and so, but you had to have your work up to speed. Right?
But not just that. With she being in charge of the culture group, that is how she was able to get her vibes flowing, right, for culture shows that she's planning for, because quite a number of them is involved in the group. So that was one of the main reasons why I get
I get the urge to do a song here. Jetem. That was a song I remember. I learned that song there. She walks down the path, holding my hand, looking at me. She smiles across their night, whisper soft in my ear, my darling, I want to be always by your side, holding your hand, looking at you, to call you my own, my very own, to have and to hold. Kiss me just once again, hold me close, and tell me that your love for me is strong and pure and free. Dedicated to Francesca King. I say Francita because I had a lady named Francita, right? And those names sometimes they're slipping one in and one out. But she was Francesca King. So that's one of the songs I wanted to dedicate, because every time I remember that school, I remember Je t'aime, that song.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful, because not only are the lyrics powerful, but the way she presented it, because I remember it was done like a duet, different people at different parts. So the Mullins, and tell me that your love for me, and the Mullins group is strong and pure and free, you know. So yeah, I remember all those different parts and so on.
Yeah.
Just good.
I'm sure you probably make some people shed tears with that there this morning, you know, Robert.
When if I evoke such emotions, it was not deliberate, but if it is genuine, then you know, on behalf of the memories of Francesca King.
Yeah.
So be it.
I tell you, man, Francesca, that lady, man. Oh my gosh.
Somebody mentioned she was originally from Grenville. I don't know exactly where in Grenville, but obviously she came from a family of teachers, because I'm hearing now from one of the callers earlier on this morning that she had sisters who still seem to be teaching. They're in the teaching profession. So if you have sisters, and then she was a teacher, obviously that family seemed to have gravitated to that profession, right? So again, in her spirit, and to the efforts of those, or the contributions of her other sisters, you know, we want to say thanks to her. It almost sounds like we're wrapping up, but we're not wrapping up. No.
Yeah, but Robert, I'm not just. I know for a fact that Eugene Liquish, that favorite.
He was related to her, wasn't he?
That's her brother.
Oh, that's her brother.
Yeah, that's her brother.
I'm just remembering now there was a connection in between herself and Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene Liquish, that famous sprinter back then in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her brother. You know.
So that family seemed to have excelled at whatever they do then. You got Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene was good, boy.
Yes.
Remember in the days. Robert, also, related to this whole thing, because you know the connection with Francesca and McDonald College. McDonald College is now celebrating the 60th anniversary, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
Mm-hmm. And that's quite an achievement. It's something that should be lauded and applauded.
Yes.
Language boy. Lauded and applauded.
And they have a number of activities planned to commemorate the occasion. And starting off today, they have a motorcade.
Oh, the motorcade is today?
Yeah, the motorcade is today, man.
What time is it, man?
They were planning to start 10. I doubt they may be able to start exactly 10, but the intention is to start off from Samaritan, come through Sotes, go on to Grenville, passing through River Sally, and then on the way back, we'll be passing through Hermitage and back onto the school compound. Yeah, that is what's planned for the. Tomorrow, God's will, they'll be having that church service at the school's auditorium from 10 o'clock. Yeah, there will also be a wreath laying. Yeah, after. Yeah. So.
A wreath laying specific to her, or just
no, not specific to Francesca. I guess it's the 4 Friday and yeah.
Fathers, like Francesca. All right. And so at least to all the fallen heroes, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, because she too was a hero of the school.
Yeah.
Made her contribution.
There should be a big school. I hope they have a vision in erecting something like that, because trust me, I don't have people that moaning on the passing away of Francesca. It's just, you know, because I got the news from Andrew Donald, and he called me and just say I did see boy, some sad news. And I could have seen he himself, you know, with that kind of news have to come across, because I mean, who around at that time around St. Patrick, around Sutter's area, I mean, Francesca didn't really touch in that kind of way, and then the manner in which he break the news to me, I myself was, you know, I got it. But that's how it happened. The good Lord has called her number, and then it's a pilgrim that we would all have to go through. You know, it's just that some is in front of some, you know. So Robert, I don't know if you have any other thing to say or to contribute. If not, I'll say thank you so very much for remembering and coming out here this morning, because the notice was really a bit short, you know.
It so was, but I give my commitment, you know, and once I give my word, yeah, I'm trying to remember. I figure I can't just do one song for Francesca, but that JESTER seemed to have just been the only thing that really stuck out in my. Trying to remember other songs we did. And you know,
it's not coming to mind.
I guess I should have written them down, you know, in preparation. But we sang a number of songs, and they were popular ones.
You know, I can't even at this moment a song coming to my head of what we done during my school's graduation. Yeah, my graduation class, you know, from 86. I can't remember a song now. I will have to dig real deep to come up with a song, you know. I think one of the songs was Our Flight's Confirmed. Yeah. Our flight's confirmed. We really gonna meet. Yeah, there was a song like that. We did that song in 86. My graduation class back then. Look, you're struggling too.
Yeah, I mean, and we had so much different popular songs and things that I sing all the time. You know, remember that era, but today when I want it, it's not coming.
Well, guess what? Let's take a commercial break, maybe within that time.
Yeah,
and then we'll come right back to wrap up.
Credit Union. The Credit Union of Grenville takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Dominic Shopping Centers in Fun City, Guelph has everything you need, like mats and rugs, floor covering, a wide variety of household items such as pots, pans, glass sets, mixers, and blenders. Check out the stores for all your electronic items, radios, Bluetooth battery speakers, 4 and 6 burner stoves, fridges, washing machines, and much more. At Dominic Shopping Centers, they have clothing and accessories for the entire family. Call or visit us today on 444-8804 The Lance or 444-922 Down Street. Dominic's Shopping Centers, the best in the West. It keeps getting better.
Welcome back, folks. It's Realist 91.9 FM, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Folks locking it down in the diaspora. Special good morning to you. Welcome back. Robert?
Yes. Well, I kind of remember a piece of us with some assistance from Claire. All right?
Now you had to call my name, did you? I'm your minding my own business.
You could have called us on the WhatsApp. It had to be present. So this song is about a guy who apparently went down to the beach, supposedly went down to the beach and must have had a rendezvous with a girlfriend down there. And his lady now seemed to have found out. So she accosted him in song. John, you know I'm a jealous one. Why you take me so long? You went in DC and beer and you come back smelling a rum.
I didn't go down there, I didn't go to stay.
I went to DC and beer and I met the woman down there. Now you and the girl was in DC. Water up to she knees. You had your trousers tied down there. She was wearing a bikini.
I didn't go down there, I didn't go to stay.
I went to DC and did and I met the woman down there.
But the thing is, Robert, with that song, is not like you're playing it here, but when they're performing it,
the
performance of the song is.
Because
like,
I remember when the man defending himself now, I didn't go nowhere, and then the two of the ladies come from the back of the choir. How will you take so long for? I didn't go nowhere. How will you take so long for?
Yes, man.
I didn't go to stay. Why will you take so long for? You know that?
yeah.
Those little additions and inserts made the song so presentable. So when you sit down in the audience now looking at it, it is a beautiful act.
Oh yes.
It's not just a song. It's a beautiful act, and that's what she added. She added. It was other girls might just come and just sing a song, and that was good. Nothing wrong with just singing a song, but those little inserts and so made it so beautiful.
And guess who was the man that went in the sea?
Was that Ryan?
Ted.
Wayne John.
And he had up how did he go?
These were just beautiful days. I just heard some more of the songs. I mean, I realized I was so poor in memory. I came down here and tell myself, well, I know all them songs. I know. In any event, you got at least two folks. You'll get the rest the next time.
Robert, now that, Francesca passed away, you know what I really wish would happen? They will be carrying her back to Grenada for a burial. I really wish is that what will happen. Yeah.
I cannot speak officially, but from a discussion that I had this only as recent as just 10 minutes before I came to the studio.
Yeah.
A good friend of hers called me, and that friend actually said to me that that is where she lived when she go to the U.S. and this is who encouraged her to come to the U.S. and the families are close.
Yeah.
Right. And she's saying that there are discussions about taking the body back to Grenada.
Oh yes.
And I said that I reacted just like you did, because I think the best send off she would get is if they bring that body back home. And I'm thinking from the McDonald College fraternity, I'm thinking from a village, I'm thinking from persons who would have had that reaction and connection and with her, who would want to, in the same vein as we have in that program now, who would want to remember her and do their best to celebrate her life and the impact she would have had on them. they need to come to Grenada.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
think that's in the
That's
making.
the best news I could
Yeah,
already
I
have.
think that's in the making.
Yeah. So Robert, once again, I would like to, the time is upon us. So I would like to thank you so very much once again and for taking the opportunity from your busy schedule, you know, to come and share with us and how Francesca would have touched so many of us.
I remember on the Millie Ghana, Brazil, oh Lord,
Oh,
Millie Ghana, Brazil, oh Lord, oh Millie, with a wire tie up she waist and a razor cut up she face, la 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 la, they do it, This say, young girl, show me where you're young. Say, young girl, show me where you're young. So you're young in your waist, but you're old in your face.
Show me where you're young.
Say, you're young in your waist, but you're old in your face.
Culture is such a beautiful thing, man.
Yes, I must have another program dedicated to all those old folk songs.
Yes.
Not just in the McDonald College area, but all folk songs that we know as
Yeah.
children growing up. We could probably do another program. I'll work with the Quattro same way. And maybe we could get somebody that drummer too. Iman Robinson.
Yeah.
That should be an interesting program.
Yeah. Definitely, Robert. Because remember, we had Carrier.
Carry hour, right?
Yeah,
On Saturdays,
folk-
yeah.
yeah. At one time we had Ebony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
so, you know, so yeah, that will be very, very,
Do that.
very good. Definitely. good.
I am game.
Yeah. So I'll work on that, and trust me, it wouldn't be too far from now.
Right.
Yes. Thank you again, Robert.
You're welcome, brother.
Yes.
Thanks for allowing me the
All right.
opportunity.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Right.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building material, including plumbing, electrical, cement, steel, and more. We manufacture roofing sheets